Okay. So let me tell you a story of how Aunt and I had a wonderful, amazing weekend in Houston, Texas. And then it all went to shit. So Aunt got invited to go hang out with Nick, who is the viewer's choice. These are all YouTubers, right? I'm a Twitch streamer. I don't know much about the YouTubers. I don't know many of them. I like to watch plant and paranormal investigations. That's my YouTube world. Hanging out with YouTubers for 3 days has definitely opened my eyeballs to a lot of things. It's very differently. It's very different. We leave Friday. Aunt had been invited. Nick, aka the viewer's choice, he moved to Houston a little bit ago, and he was having a basically housewarming party. He invited a bunch of the other like drama YouTubers over, and it was supposed to be like a really fun weekend. Also, Rich was doing some things. Rich Lux and Nick are really close friends, and Aunt's been really good friends with them as well. So they all wanted to hang out. They wanted to record videos with Aunt. We were just going to have a fun time. So we get there, we're hanging out. The first night was very interesting. Sunday comes around. We were supposed to be leaving on Sunday. Earlier that day, we had been doing some very secret things with Rich. I'm not in anything because Twitch streamer. We got done with that around 3 on Sunday, and we were going back to Nick Snyder's house, and he lives in an apartment complex. So the apartment complex, we weren't sure if we could park in the apartment complex, like parking lot. There's limited parking, so it's a parking garage for the apartment complex. There was a Walgreens right next door, and in my experience, I've always parked at Walgreens or Walmarts or like those kinds of parking lots, because how are they going to prove that you're not in the store kind of thing? This one did have signs. It had signs around the front side of the parking lot and then onto the side parking lot that it was Walgreens customers only and that you would be towed. And in my brain, I've always parked at these places even if there was signs. And so I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna park around the back where there's no signs, and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We're only gonna be here for a few hours. It's gonna be fine. Right? So I'm parking, right? We have our friend Jake. He's also a YouTuber. He does like drag queen drama. His name is Jake Yonsei. We met him over the weekend. Jake was in the car. It was me and Aunt was like, hey, I really feel like we shouldn't park here. And I was like, Aunt, it's fine. It's completely fine. I did this all the time when I had a car. It says that that'll tow you, but they really won't. They're like, I've done this all the time. I've left my car overnight at places. It's gonna be fine. And Aunt was like, are you sure? Because I really feel like it's not going to be fine. And I was just like, no. It's going to be fine. Like, what are they're really going to tow us? They're really going to call a tow truck? We're only going to be here for a few hours. Like, so we go upstairs. Everybody's hanging out. People are doing collabs. Aunt's gone to do some collabs with Rich and with Petty Page. She's also another drama YouTuber. And he's gone for a couple hours. I'm hanging out with everybody else. We're having a great time. My Gemini really came out in fruition this weekend. Geminis are supposed to be the socialites. We're supposed to be the best at that. Well, as a gamer, and as someone who never leaves her apartment, I've kind of lost a lot of my social expertise. And I really haven't been feeling very Gemini-y. So I've been pushing myself, to get back out there and to get back in my element of talking to everybody, making everybody feel welcome, meeting everybody, talking to everybody, making connections with everybody, because I used to be amazing at that. But Twitch has definitely impacted my personality. Twitch streamer. And then I start to notice that the sun is going down. And so you see these glasses? Well, because of my double vision that I have, the sun was setting. I got this horrible anxiety feeling in the pit of my stomach. I can't drive tonight. There's no way I can drive tonight. It's going to be too dark. I'm not going to be able to see. It's a 3-hour drive. I can't do it. I can't do it tonight. So I text Aunt. Like, I don't feel safe driving at night because it's very hard for me to tell with the lights and the double vision. Depth perception is really just not there at nighttime. So I texted Aunt. I'm like, hey, I don't really feel comfortable driving at nighttime. And he was like, okay, well, when I get back up after filming, doing the collabs, we'll talk about it. So he comes back up. It was probably about 8 o'clock at this point, I would say. Maybe between 7 and 8 p.m. And I was already feeling really exhausted because I'm a streamer. So I was exhausted. Aunt was exhausted. And we just decided, okay, we're going to just stay in Jake's hotel tonight because we already checked out of our hotel. Everybody was going out to dinner. Everybody was hungry, so we were going to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Well, as we're walking to the Cheesecake Factory because it was very close, Aunt goes, where's my car? And I go, it's over there. Where's your car? Aunt, where the fuck is the car? And he said, I don't know, Elle. Where the fuck is the car? And I was just like, oh no. My stomach dropped. I felt tears welling up in my eyes, like instantly. And then I went boss bitch mode. I'm like, all right, I gotta get the phone number. We're going inside. We're talking to the people. We go inside. There's a long ass line in the Walgreens. And I was just like, okay, let me just call the police department because the sign said to call the police department. So I'm calling the police department and they send me through this loop of things. And then they just say, oh, if your vehicle has been towed, this is the phone number for you to call. And then it stops. Yes, it's your fault. It's completely your fault, but you need to handle this right now. You can cry about it later. So I called them again, got the phone number, had Aunt, write down the phone number. We call the phone number. They don't pick up. Oh my God. How are we going to get this car? And then the whole group of YouTubers, drama channel YouTubers, by the way, are just sitting there looking at us. And I'm freaking out because I got Aunt's car towed. It had been a long day. Everybody's hungry. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm holding these people up. And I was just, it was just, my whole anxiety-ridden brain was freaking the hell out. And so Jake Yonsei just walks in there, walks up to somebody, is like, hey, our car got towed. What's the phone number? They gave him a little card. So he comes back out. I call the phone number and the lady was like, oh, yeah, it's going to be, you can come at any time. We're open 24 hours. It's going to be $240. What? $240 for parking at a Walgreens. They tell us that up until 8 a.m., it'll be $240. And so we decide, let's not hold everybody up. Let's just go to the Cheesecake Factory. Let's get some food. Let's just relax. Let's relax. We'll figure it out. We need to get some sleep. Aunt had another collab that he needed to do, so we go to the Cheesecake Factory. And on the walk there, I feel my anxiety just freaking the hell out. It was rising. I was starting to breathe really, really heavy. My nose was starting to run. And I wasn't crying, but when your face is just burning. When we got there, I walked down to the bathroom because I just needed to relax. I needed to breathe. I needed to take a second. I didn't want to cause a scene or anything, so I just walked to the bathroom. So we go back, we have a great dinner, and we decided to wake up at 6 a.m. 6 a.m., get our stuff, head to the towing lot, which thankfully was only about 10 minutes away. It wasn't very far. I had called the lady the night before. She said she was going to be there till 8 a.m. That before 8 a.m., it would be $240. That's it. That she would be there till 8 a.m. So our first Uber, he pulls up. We get in the Uber and he goes, oh, you guys aren't going to the airport? I'm going to have to cancel on you guys. I need to go to the airport. It's a 10-minute ride. And so he makes us get out of the car and he cancels on us. So then we call another Uber, the second Uber. It took him about 15 minutes to find us because he missed the turn twice. And then when we got in the car, he was very nice. We get there and the lady is standing outside and her car's running. And she's looking at us weird when we pull up. As soon as we get out of the car, she's like, are you guys the people that I talked to last night? You're really lucky because, you were going to have to wait till after 8 o'clock because I was about to leave. And I was so confused. It was around early 7 o'clock at that point. This lady had said on the phone the night before that her her shift ended at 8 o'clock. That's when her shift ended and that's when she was leaving. Wait, what do you mean you were gonna leave? Like, if this Uber had canceled on us, like, would we have completely missed her? I don't know. I guess she was leaving early. She lets us in. She was nice. Go inside and she's talking to Ant because it's his car. And she says, like literally goes like, it changed. It was the worst acting me and Ant had ever seen. Oh no. So then she tells us it's going to be $260. $260 to get Ant's car. Because I forgot to tell you guys this. They only took cash. And then thank God he had like ones in his wallet, like some fives and some ones, so that we actually had enough cash because they didn't have an ATM there at all. But this lady, like, she told me on the phone the night before. She was like, oh, you know, it'll be $240. I think if you come before noon, it'll be $240. Actually, I'm here till 8. I know for a fact that it'll be $240 while I'm still on shift. So if you guys come before 8 o'clock, it'll be $240. Oh no! It went up. It's $260 now. Regardless of a storytelling, there's no excuses here. This was Elle being stupid and not listening to Ant and thinking that she knew better. And it backfiring. It backfiring so hard. So hard. And then I realized, you know what? It's better to just laugh at yourself. Lessons learned. Never not listen to your psychic roommate. Look at street signs. Even if there's not any signs on the backside where you're parking. If it says it's the whole parking lot, it's the whole parking lot. Don't be stupid. $260 life lesson.